Hello everyone and a very warm welcome back to the English with Atlas Luna channel. We are so happy to see you here again. This is the place where learning English is always easy, simple, and very fun. I am Luna.
And hello from me too. I am Atlas. It is truly wonderful to be back here in the studio with you, Luna. And of course, with all our amazing listeners from all around the world. We love spending this time with you.
We really do. So, tell me, Atlas, how are you doing today? Are you feeling good?
I am doing great, thank you for asking. I am full of energy and ready to help our friends learn something new. How about you, Luna? How are you today?
I am doing wonderful, thank you. I actually had a very nice and quiet morning today. I sat by the window, watched the birds outside, and enjoyed a delicious cup of green tea. It was very peaceful.
That sounds like a lovely way to start the day. For me, it was all about coffee. I had a big cup of hot coffee, and the sun was shining through my kitchen window. When the sun is out, I always feel much more positive and happy.
I agree. Sunny days are the best for learning. They give you so much good energy to focus on your goals.
You are right, Luna. And speaking of goals, let's talk about our lesson. Luna, what is our big topic for today's episode?
Today, our topic is the very first time we studied English. We are going to talk about our first steps.
Oh, I love that. This is such a great topic for all the beginners watching us. It is important to know that every expert was once a beginner.
Exactly. We want to show you that starting is the most exciting part of the journey.
But wait. Before we travel back in time and share our personal stories, we have a small and very important request for you.
Yes. If you enjoy our conversations and find them helpful for your English, please take a second to click that like button. It's the little thumbs up right below the video.
And please don't forget to subscribe to the English with Atlas Luna channel. When you subscribe, you help us create even more easy lessons for you.
Also, please share this video with your friends or family members who are also learning English. Let's grow our happy community together.
Okay, now I am truly ready to start. Luna, how should we begin our story today?
Well, let's keep it very simple. We will talk about our first lessons, our first teachers, and even the first words we ever learned.
That sounds like a great plan. It is a good chance for our listeners to hear many useful past tense verbs in a real conversation.
Exactly. We want you to listen closely to how we describe things that happened many years ago. Don't worry about the difficult grammar rules. Just listen to the story and try to understand the main ideas.
Yes, just relax and listen. Are you ready to hear about my first English teacher, Luna?
I am very ready. Let's go.
It was a very long time ago. I started when I was only 7 years old. I was just a small boy in a very big school. I remember my first day vividly.
7 years old. That is so young to start a new language. Was it difficult for you at that age?
At first, it was a little bit difficult. Everything sounded so strange. But I remember my first teacher very well. Her name was Miss White. She was very kind and she always smiled at us.
A kind teacher makes such a big difference for a child. What was the very first English word you learned to say?
I think my first words were hello and apple. I remember sitting at my small desk and drawing a big, bright red apple in my notebook. I wrote the word A-P-P-L-E under the picture.
Apple. That is a classic first word. Almost everyone starts with apple. I also remember my very first lesson. I was a bit older. I was 10 years old.
10 years old? So you were a little older than me. Tell me about it. Where were you? Were you at school or at home?
I was in a small, cozy classroom with all my friends. I remember it was a rainy day outside. We played a fun game with colors. Our teacher showed us cards. Blue, red, green, yellow.
Games are definitely the best way to learn when you are a beginner. Did you enjoy the lessons back then?
Oh, I loved it. I remember the exact moment I said my first full sentence. The sky is blue. I felt so proud of myself. I wanted to tell everyone that I could speak English.
I understand that feeling perfectly. It is a wonderful feeling. When you say your first real sentence, it feels like magic. It opens a new world.
It really does feel like magic. My teacher was also very funny. He didn't just talk. He sang songs with us every Friday afternoon. It was the best part of the week.
I also used music to help my brain remember English when I was young.
Oh, really? That is interesting. What kind of music did you listen to back then?
Well, I listened to very simple children's songs. My favorite was Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I sang it every single day in the shower and in my bedroom. My parents thought I was crazy.
That is so cute, Atlas. Singing in the shower is great practice. I didn't sing many songs, but I watched a lot of cartoons in English on the television.
Cartoons! That is a fantastic idea for learning. Which cartoons did you watch?
I remember watching a cartoon about a big red dog named Clifford. At that time, I didn't understand all the words the people were saying, but I saw their actions and I understood the story.
Exactly. You connected the pictures you saw to the sounds you heard. That is exactly what we talked about in our Train Your Brain episode. It is a very natural way to learn.
It worked very well for me. I also had a small English book with many colorful pictures of animals like lions, tigers, and bears. I loved looking at the pictures and saying the names out loud.
I had a picture book too. But mine was not about animals. Mine was about machines like cars, buses, and big planes. I learned sentences like, "This is a red bus," and "I like fast cars."
That is so typical for a young boy. Did you practice speaking with your family at home?
No, unfortunately, my parents didn't speak any English at all. So I had a secret partner. I talked to my dog.
You talked to your dog? Atlas, that is so funny. What did you say to him?
Yes, I said. "Sit, dog," and "good dog," or "do you want a ball?" in English. He didn't understand the words, of course, but he wagged his tail. It helped me feel comfortable speaking out loud.
That is actually a fantastic tip. Your dog was your very first speaking partner. No judgment and no stress.
He was the best partner. And what about you, Luna? Did you make many mistakes when you were starting?
Oh, I made so many mistakes. I remember I once said, "I is Luna," instead of "I am Luna," in front of my whole class. My friends laughed a little bit, but I just laughed with them.
Making mistakes is just part of the fun. We have to laugh at ourselves. I remember I had a lot of trouble with the "th" sound. I couldn't say the word 3. I always said tree.
Tree instead of 3. That is a very common mistake for beginners, even today. It's okay. It takes time for the tongue to learn new movements.
So it is interesting to see the difference. Luna, you learned English by watching cartoons and playing games with your friends, and I learned by singing songs and talking to my dog.
Yes, our stories are very different, but both ways worked for us. It shows our listeners that there is no one right way to start. Everyone has their own path.
That's a very true and important point. The most important thing was not the method, but the fact that we both had fun. We didn't stop learning because we enjoyed the process.
Exactly. We were patient with ourselves, and we made sure to practice just a little bit every single day. Consistency is the secret key to success in English.
Before we finish, let's quickly review some of the useful words and phrases from our stories today.
That is a great idea. We used words like started, first lesson, teacher, games, songs, cartoons, mistakes, and practice. These are all words you can use to talk about your own history.
And don't forget the past tense verbs we used. I was, I had, I watched, I sang, and I learned. These are essential for telling any story about the past.
Yes, and phrases like at first, when I was young, and I remember. These are all great tools for talking about your beginning in English.
To all our wonderful listeners, if you feel like learning English is a bit hard for you right now, please remember our stories.
Yes, please remember that even we were beginners once. We made many mistakes. We felt confused, and we sometimes said things wrong.
Be patient with your brain. It is learning a lot of new information. Enjoy the process, listen to songs, and find things that make you smile.
Remember, learning a language is a long journey. It is not a fast race. Small steps every day will eventually make you a great and confident speaker.
Now it's your turn to participate. We really want to hear your stories in the comments.
Yes, we have a question for you today. Please tell us, when did you first start learning English? Was it recently or a long time ago?
And also, what was the very first English word you ever learned? Was it apple like mine, or was it something different?
We are so excited to read your comments and learn more about your personal journey.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. It was a real pleasure sharing our childhood memories with you.
Yes, thank you everyone for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the English with Atlas Luna channel so you never miss our future episodes.
Please give this video a big like and share it with everyone you know who is learning English. Your support means everything to us.
Keep practicing your English every day and stay positive. We will see you very soon in our next episode.
Goodbye for now, everyone.